CCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Mr. Mark Hilliard is with us this morning, the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce, so much involved in the excellence in education. I imagine that's where we want to start today. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Boy, you talk about a ringing success, huh?
It was fun. It was a lot of work, and you know, between our staff at our chamber office and the school districts, the guidance counselors, even the superintendents, everybody seemed to have a hand in pulling that off. And we had 515 people in attendance, so it was a huge event for us, and it was something that was really exciting. We tried to make it fun. It seemed like the feedback has been positive. We certainly always look at things that we can tweak, and we're trying to do things to add next year to make it more fun for the kids and find different ways to make it even more special for everybody. And the nice thing is we've had so many businesses reach out to us afterwards and say, how can I get involved next year? You know, in terms of, can I do something for some of the other finalists? Can we provide a scholarship? So I think next year it's going to be bigger and better in terms of the other things that we'll be able to offer, not just the students but the teachers, and to see how much some of those things meant to all those the students and teachers. It was pretty special, and I think we achieved our goals, and we're excited about next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big thank you to the folks at Colonial, huh?
Absolutely. You know, CJ was there. He was helping to give away the cars and the plaques for the finalists, and obviously couldn't do that without them. So Colonial Motor Mart. Also like to thank IRMC, S&T Bank, First Commonwealth Bank, and the Ruskini Group, because they helped to make it possible for those students and teachers and some family members to attend at no charge. So because of their generosity, we were able to have everybody be able to attend that at no charge. And thank you to you as well. I mean, having the kids in here throughout the year, you know, that was special for them. I know a lot of them really enjoyed it, and we heard a lot of good feedback from that too. So we appreciate all your help.
Terrific. All right. So excellence in education, we'll pick it up again, I'm sure, come the fall, and
yep,
we'll be rolling once more with that. Meanwhile, I don't know if we have talked to you since the announcement surrounding Homer City Generating Station or not, but I do know that it's something of concern to you with the Chamber of Commerce and to Indiana County as a whole.
Absolutely. It's been for years, and we've known that it's a possibility, and you know, I know our state legislators and county folks, and certainly everybody who's had an opportunity to get involved has done so to try to slow down that process. Although we knew eventually we were going to be facing this situation, and now it's just, what do we do next? And I think we've had a lot of plans that had been in place because of being proactive and seeing the writing on the wall years ago. So I do think something will happen with that. We can't go into a lot of details on what some of those discussions are and some of the people that are involved with it, but I think we do have the right people in place. And the thing is, there's a lot of opportunities for that property, connecting to two different grids, and with, you know, the Two-Lick Dam. I think that there's a lot of things there where we can create something positive out of what has been kind of negative. And it's been nice to see a lot of these businesses reach out to some of the displaced workers from the power plant and try to find them opportunities. And you know, we're going to be working with CareerLink to help with creating some job fairs for some of the businesses in town to maybe help find these folks some jobs locally, because I know some of them have left because they had to find work elsewhere, and we knew that was a possibility as well. But we think there's a lot of opportunities here, and if we can provide the right training and maybe do a couple of job fairs to help find them the right opportunity, then we can minimize the damage. But we're resilient, and you know, I do feel like we're going to be bouncing back from this, and I think that we have a lot of good things moving in the right direction. It's just unfortunate that it happened as quickly as it did.
Seems like we've been tantalizingly on the edge of some big employment announcements here for quite some time here in Indiana County, and businesses coming, and we're always looking for business and industry. We love when retail comes, but we know that manufacturing and industry are really where it's at, because that actually generates revenue instead of just trading dollars from place to place.
That's right.
That whole formula has to work out just right in order for a place to become really an economically thriving place. And it seems like we're almost there.
We're close. And truthfully, we've said at the beginning of this year that we felt this was going to be a big year for Indiana County in terms of, by the end of it, some real positive things happening in terms of economic development. Obviously, weren't quite expecting what happened with the Homer City Generating Station to happen this year, but we had a number of things that have been in the works for a while. Some could be announced within weeks. Some could be announced by the end of the year. And you mentioned retail. There's certainly a few of those that are coming. I mean, right up the street, we have a nice Ace Hardware that's going to be coming in very, very soon. Within the next 2 months, it's going to be great for downtown Indiana. And, there's businesses coming throughout the whole county, I think, that are going to get people's attention. And, the ones that we're always focused on are the job creators, like you said. And there are some of those. And we think that there are a couple of announcements that will happen that'll be a little bit innovative, too, and some different industries and some different opportunities for the county that I think will get some attention regionally. And, it's exciting, and we'd like to talk more about it hopefully soon, but I'm not at liberty to say too much, or I'd get in trouble, too. But, it's going to be a positive. I think that by the end of this year, you're not going to forget about the Homer City Generating Station, but I think we'll have more positive to talk about as opposed to focusing on some of those bad stories that have happened.
I think one of the interesting and most interesting things of the last maybe 5 years has been the way that the education sector has picked up and is addressing employment in a whole new way, it seems. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not new, but it's certainly a new emphasis. For instance, if IUP can get the osteopathic medicine operation going there, just like Duquesne has finally been authorized to begin accepting students into their program, it's identifying needs within a community or a region and then designing your educational program to approach those needs.
That's really exciting, and I've seen Dr. Driscoll's presentation a couple of times on that school. He did it just a month ago at our chamber board meeting. So I do think that's a great opportunity. I think some of the things that Westmoreland County Community College is doing, I love some of the synergy between these schools and some of our high schools as well, and the opportunities that they try to present where, a student can find an interest as a junior or a sophomore and be able to follow that all the way through, college and then find an opportunity like with IUP with the School of Osteopathic Medicine to stay here in Indiana County even further. So there are opportunities, I think, in the education sector. I think that there's a lot of great things happening, and not just with when we talk about the medical field, but I think there's a lot of things in manufacturing. I like what ICTC is doing at River Valley Steam Academy. So there's a lot of things there just for high school students. So I'm starting to talk to my own kids about what those opportunities are, because it's different than it was when I was in school. And some of the opportunities and the way that you can get trained and the certifications that you can leave school with is pretty impressive. And really the opportunities to make significant money earlier on than maybe you would have expected otherwise. Yeah. It's not just the traditional, the office jobs or some of the different fields that you might have thought to get into 20 years ago. There's so many different fields that you can get into, and there's a need almost everywhere right now. So it's not a bad situation. If you're a hard worker, you have a chance to do some great things and make some significant money earlier on. And that's thanks in part to folks like IUP and WCCC and our trade schools that we have in town.
Excellence in Education was only the most recent event that the Chamber of Commerce was involved in. You've got others coming up, I assume.
Yeah. So we ended that. We went right into our golf outing, which is coming up next Thursday, May 25th, at the Links at Spring Church. We only have room for 3 teams left in that, so we're almost sold out with that, which is a wonderful place to be. So if you were interested, you have not signed up for a team yet for our outing, please contact us ASAP, because we expect that to be sold out here in the next day or two. And then we have the Business Hall of Fame coming up on June 22nd. So we're almost a month away. Invitations should be going out within the next week or so. So keep an eye out for those. And a reminder that those individuals being inducted would be Roseanne Lubold, the Brody family, Mike Donnelly, Robert Marcus, Todd Bryce, and Rod Ruddick. So Rod's our chairman's selection this year. Great class. It's going to be at the Indiana Country Club, and that's on a Thursday. We're really excited about that. So please get your tickets for that as soon as possible. I believe last year that sold out as well for us. And this year with those individuals that are being inducted, I would expect the same to happen. So keep an eye out for your invitations for those. I don't have a whole lot of time, but Indiana County Night at the Altoona Curve is June 3rd. Mm-hmm. June 10th is our paddle and picnic down in Blairsville, so take advantage of that if you're an outdoors person, love to kayak. Really enjoyed it last year, and I hope that we get a lot of people turning out for that. And then June 15th, we have Indiana County Conservation District hosting a business after hours for us. So a lot of stuff going on, but get your team in for the golf outing and keep an eye out for the reservations for the Hall of Fame coming up.
Indiana County has its own kayak armada.
They do, and it was my first time last year when I went and did that, and I absolutely loved it. My son went with me, and he's going to come again. So we're really excited about going back there. And you always hope for nice weather, but if you haven't done that before, I would encourage you to do it. And you can rent a kayak if you don't have one. But that's it's so beautiful and peaceful, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's a great event on June 10th if you can make it.
That would be a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Mark, thanks so much.
Thank you. A lot of things going on. Thanks.
You betcha. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Fox News is up next at the top of the hour. We follow that with news from our WCCS newsroom with Josh.